Hi guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Mila, I'm a psychodynamic coach. This video is a part of, it's a series standing up for yourself. This is part 3. I'm going to talk about aggression. What is aggression? How do you unlock it? How do you train that aggression muscle? And why aggression is not bad? Why it's a beautiful thing? Why it's a beautiful, fantastic thing. We humans, we need aggression. And you had aggression. Don't confuse it with curiosity, okay? Because when a child is curious, in the childhood, you could have been curious, and we all have that sort of like destructive desire, like to destroy, to check, to be curious, to see what people's reaction would be, to test people's boundaries. Like that's why sometimes you probably don't remember this, and many of us will not remember this, but I'm sure when we were children, we would like hit the mom or the dad on the face, you know. We would throw the spoon. This is pure curiosity. This is boundary testing. We're already learning to test boundaries as children. We need aggression because we need to protect ourselves. There are certain types of people that we need to protect ourselves from. We need aggression to go far in life. By going far in life, I mean without aggression, we cannot make money, because healthy aggression, right? How are you going to make money? How are you going to have enough energy to like stand up and go to work and speak to people and sell something and defend yourself when needed, invest money into something, fight for what you want, fight for your goals and your dreams and everything else? Impossible. It's impossible because if you have suppressed aggression, so there is a thing, right? There's a thing that I explained in 2 previous videos, that we have suppressed aggression. A lot of people's aggression is suppressed. This video is not for the people who have like healthy aggression, who can, by the way, it's not for people who can, when someone goes to them, they criticize them, they can just, or they can just say something so the other person disappears. This is not a video for people like that. This video is for people who shake and tremble when the conflict happens. When the conflict happens, when someone shows a sign of aggression, you start like shaking, you shut down, you dissociate, you could start crying, you would get red, you would get scared, you would run away, you would freeze. Okay, this is this is not the video for people who have fight response. This is a video for people who have flight and freeze response. Why this happens? Because aggression was suppressed by your parents in your childhood. You would think, why I'm so bad at confrontation? Why every time I need to confront someone, I cannot? Or every time I need to confront someone, I just start crying, or I start saying it nicely, or I simply cannot do it, and then I have to put up with horrible behavior from other people. I'm convinced that bad people teach us many lessons. I'm convinced that bad people, what I mean by bad people, probably narcissistic people, okay? They teach us many lessons. These guys, they can help your aggression to come out eventually, because when you've been put down for a long time, there would be a moment where you would say to yourself, fuck this, I had enough. You get it? So if you've dealt with narcissists, and all of us I'm sure have dealt with narcissists, and especially if you're watching this video, you're probably dealing with someone narcissistic in your family, in your environment where you work, maybe your friends even, God forbid, and your partner, God forbid. When you were a child, I know I'm going back to childhood all the time. In the end of the day, I studied psychoanalytic psychotherapy, so I will be going back to the childhood because that's where the roots come from. There might have been occasions where you spoke up to your parents. You might not remember this. You showed yourself, you showed how unhappy you were with something. Maybe you threw something, maybe you screamed, maybe you said something with a very convincing voice. And that parent shut you down completely, entirely. Whether it was a mom or dad, any other caregiver, they did not allow you to be seen, to stand up for yourself. They did not allow you this. For them, it was a threat. So they made you small, very small. All that aggression, all that boundary setting that you had these abilities. You had these abilities. All of these abilities, all of that anger became paralyzed. Like a muscle. Think of it as a muscle, the muscle got paralyzed. And now this aggression became internal. You directed it Instead of directing it outside, you directed it towards yourself. Directing aggression towards yourself means blaming yourself, criticizing, devaluing, worthless, things like that. Constantly putting yourself down, non-stop. To the point that probably right now you don't even realize that you do that, because it has become so internalized. The voice has become so internalized that all you do is feel. You can't think. You cannot notice your thoughts. All you do is feel. And the way you feel is not nice. It's small, you're betraying yourself, you feel sad, you feel a lot of guilt, you feel a lot of shame. You're ridden by these emotions. And this is where the aggression is. This is where the aggression lies, and this is what you need to understand, is that now, unfortunately, that muscle became paralyzed. It's like this weapon that you had, that you need in your life. You need aggression in your life. I'm telling you, you need this. You put that weapon, it was like this, and they turned it against you. And now you're just shooting bullets at yourself. That's what's sad about it, right? In the second video I have explained how you can turn this into this, how you can turn that weapon around. But in this video, I'm talking about aggression, okay? And I want to tell you how you can train the aggression muscle. I've mentioned other examples of how you can train the aggression muscle in part 2. Here, I'm going to tell you a different technique, I'd say. Just like you cannot stand up to someone instantly if it's, aggression is an internal, auto-aggression, became auto-aggression, you cannot all of a sudden punch someone in the face, You cannot all of a sudden defend yourself and stand up for yourself and draw those boundaries. You can't. Here are my suggestions of what you can actually do. When you go to the gym, you start small, right? You don't pull 100 kg. You start with maybe 10, 20. Imagine that the 10, 20 kg that you need to pull would be very small situations. Very small situations, like tiny, 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 tiny situations, where you have to stand up for yourself. Let's say if your biggest fear is your parent or your boss or someone else in your life, you don't automatically stand up to them. You know why? Because they will destroy you on an instant. If you don't have enough aggression, if you don't have a big muscle, you can't. You simply cannot tell them to f off. You can't. If you can, congratulations, amazing, great. Love that for you. But most likely you cannot. You cannot even dare to think that you could say something like that to them. You cannot dare to think, because you're so afraid to lose these people. And trust me, you don't need these people in your life. They're teaching you something. They're teaching you. This life is a lesson, and in this life, they're teaching you to stand up for yourself, okay? Just like I'm trying to teach you as well. To start small, you could start with social media criticism. It's a great way to get the muscle, but probably you're terrified, right? You're probably even terrified being out there, being outspoken. If you're already in social media, try to speak your opinion a bit more so you get some criticism. When you get criticism, you can defend yourself by writing a comment back. Defending yourself would be also restricting another person or blocking another person, whether it's Instagram or YouTube or whatever. You can restrict people. That's a way to defend yourself as well, guys. It's a way, but maybe you should start writing first. Let's say if it's someone who you don't really care too much, who's in your life, if they are acting like in a weird, strange way, then you could try and say something. Just say something. Another way you can do is become an actor. You don't have to become a professional actor, you just become an actor for 15 minutes every day, 5 minutes every day. And you have to, maybe you can go to the mirror, you can take a chair next to you, and you can imagine that there's a person there. And imagine speaking up. Start speaking up. Start saying something. Start saying something, okay? Obviously, you don't need to put that person on the chair. It's imaginary, right? You're imagining it. You can write a letter. Works the same way, but I prefer the chair thing, or the mirror, the chair or the mirror. And you start saying all these things. I know that in the beginning you would probably start crying. You're really hurt. You would, you wouldn't be able to say anything back, and you're just like, I'm really hurt. But then you do it again the next day. And then you tell them, you know what? I fucking hate you. How could you do this to me? Maybe you'll start blaming, right? You'll start blaming. The next day you do this. Now I want you to say something what you truly feel. To learn the words of self-defense. You cannot speak to me that way. Even now, you're watching this video. If you're still watching this video, you can repeat after me. You cannot speak to me that way. You're probably going to say something like, you cannot speak to me that way. No, I need more strength. I need more strength in the voice. I need strength. You cannot speak to me that way. Repeat after me. Who are you to talk to me like that? Okay? What else? Shut your mouth. Strong one, right? Strong one. How dare you speak to me like that? Repeat after me. How dare you speak to me like that? You could resort to swearing, something like, you're a pathetic piece of shit. You could resort to swearing. Sometimes swearing itself, swearing words contains a lot of aggression, right? When you swear, you feel aggression. There's that aggression there. If you never use swearing words, you can use them. Try and use them. That's one of the ways to connect to your aggressive, to bring that out, to bring out all that suppressed aggression. Try a bit of swearing at home, maybe, but use it. Try to believe in it. Like, you don't just say "fuck you," "fuck you." No, it's "fuck you." It's not "fuck you." You need to really like. Try another thing you can do. Imagine that you have this aggression, this fire within you, okay? This fire, it's normally going to be somewhere here or somewhere here, okay? On your stomach, underneath your chest, or here. Imagine a burning fireball. It's becoming, first it's going to be small. You think it's small, it's growing, it's growing bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. And then feel like you're bringing it out, it's slowly moving up, and then you say, fuck you. I know this sounds like a complete joke. I'm laughing, it sounds funny, but it works. What's crazy is that it works. Another thing is, take up boxing. Amazing. Boxing is great, but don't just go boxing for the sake of punching the pillow. You go boxing for the sake of, you can imagine a person. You can imagine a person who makes you really angry. You know you're angry. You know you're angry at someone. You imagine that person and boom, nice, right? And then a few times you go and you feel great. You feel amazing, right? Boxing. Another thing is a pillow. A pillow. You hit the pillow. I remember how I had a friend and I told her, I know she was really angry, but she was suppressing her anger. I said, I'm not going to say the name. I said, listen, take the pillow and punch it as strong as you can. And imagine that person does the pillow. She was laughing a lot. A lot of the people who have suppressed aggression, they laugh about like expressing aggression. Like, okay, go on, come on. Punch the pillow. Punch the shit out of the pillow. And she did, and she felt lighter. You feel better, you feel good. So these are some of the ways how you can work with your suppressed auto aggression. Great ways to start with. Really good ways to start with. And other than this, watch part 2. There are some techniques about the mind, how you can regulate the mind. Because right now I'm telling you somehow more like somatic things, how you can express it with your body, because anger, in the end of the day, it's the body and the mind, it's all connected, so you have to use both. All right, guys, I hope this video helped. If you have any questions, write them down below. I have created an incredible workbook. It's called the Deep Self-Coaching Workbook. It's selling on Amazon now for only $23, fraction of a coaching session. It's incredible. I've put 7 years of my knowledge, all the best techniques and exercises are in that workbook. You don't want to spend money on therapy, you don't want to spend money on coaching, grab the workbook. Super reflective, because these are not just some like light self-reflective questions. These are some techniques, powerful techniques there. So I would suggest you purchase that, okay? And I will see you in another video. Thank you, bye.